Labor laws are the laws that are guiding employees and employer at the workplace. UAE, being a country that is so lawful that keeps to the law, have gone ahead to create new labor laws. So in this video, I will be explaining to you and I'll be showing you the new labor laws and how they will affect you as an employee, how they will affect you as an employer. And please note that this law will be effective from February 2nd, 2022. I'll be right back. Hello, good morning. How are you today? Trust you're good. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you've been keeping safe and hope you are staying strong. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you the latest information with respect to the new labor law. Okay, so we all know that United Arab Emirates, it's a lawful country. Like, it's a country that they don't joke with their laws, and you as an individual here in this country, be it an employee, be it an employer, must adhere to the rules of UAE because they are very strict about it. Okay, so now they have gone ahead and make some changes in the labor, and this law, these changes that they made will affect some employees, and also some other parts would also affect the employer. So these laws were put in place by the President of the United Arab Emirates, Sheikkalifa, and he has said that it will start implementation from the 1st of February next year, 2022, and maximum 2nd of February 2023, every company in the United Arab Emirates must have already replaced whatever old law or labor law they have. It must have been replaced. So like, companies have like 1 year to replace every of their old laws. So we'll be explaining these laws in about 8 to 9 sections, like in about 8 to 9 different points. We'll be explaining the new laws. Okay, so the first point we are going to start with is about the deadline that has been given by Sheikkalifa, the President of the United Arab Emirates. So he has gone ahead to say by the 1st of February 2022, all employing companies should have drafted the new labor law. Like, it should have been drafted, and subsequently by 2nd they should have typed it, submitted, and already start using it. He went ahead to say that all private sectors here in the United Arab Emirates should ensure that they replace the old labor law with this new one by going ahead to Ministry of Human Resources and Militarization to ensure they replace the old contract, the old labor law they have with the new labor law. The second point we are going to discuss is about the unlimited contract. So the new labor law has abolished this idea of unlimited contracts. So subsequently, from next year, the contracts will be limited. Like, if you're going for 3 years contract, you can choose not to renew. Like, it's not limited. You know, you can choose not to renew your contract, and even if you want to cancel your contract before the expiration of your 3 years contract, please kindly go ahead and cancel. There are now no limited contract. Like, the contracts are now limited. It was unlike before when it was unlimited. So now there is nothing like that. If you want to work for 3 years, it's fine. If you want to work for less than 3 years, less than the contract terms that you signed with your sponsor, it's also okay. And if you decide you want to finish your 3 years and also make a renewal, it's also fine as well. So this third point, I love this third point very much. You know, I love this because, you know, I love sweet things. The third part is about leaves, vacation, and all that. Really, you will love this. So basically, there will be changes in terms of leaves in this third point I'm mentioning, and I'm going to categorize them in different categories. Okay, so the first one is like when someone loses someone very close to him or her, like if a husband loses his wife, or a wife loses her husband, you have 5 days leave. 5 days leave. Okay, and for those ones who might also have lost someone very close to them, but this time around it might be a father, a mother, a grandma, a grandpa, a brother, a sister, or a child, then you have 3 days leaves this time around. So remember the first one, remember the first was 5 days leave. The 5 days leave is for the loss of the husband, or for the loss of a wife, and then the second one now is for the loss of another person close to you, but not the husband or the wife. This one is for your direct family. This is for 3 days. So you have 3 days leave, 3 days stay at home. And the third type of leave we have is the parental leave. Guys, I love this one so much. Like, this one will make you to be having babies every six months, you know. So this type of leave is to be used within 6 months, you know. So it's basically a 5 days leave. Yes, it's basically a 5 days leave for the man, you know, for the man of the house, you know. So his wife just gave birth. Already we know that his wife already has her own maternity leave, you know, which is about 45 days or thereabout. Now, him as a father has the right to apply for a paternal leave, and it will take him just 5 days to go home, take care of your wife, take care of your baby, spend time with your family, and then after 5 days, you will come back to work. So you can take the 5 days straight, or you can decide to take the 5 days one at a time, but in total it has to be 5 days, and it has to be used within the first 6 months that the baby was born. And then the fourth leave type is a leave allowance of 10 days. You will be allowed to go on a leave for 10 days if you are preparing to write an exam. You know, most times when you're working and you're schooling, it's quite difficult because all day long you are in the office, you're working, you don't really have time to, you know, take a recap on what you have studied so far, and then you're going for the exams. Now, this new law will provide you 10 days for you to go and prepare for your exams, and then come back, and hopefully you come back with flying colors. Okay, but this will only be available to some people, not everyone. It will only be available to people who have completed their first year, their first contract. Like, your contract is 2 years, you have completed your first 2 years and you are renewing, or your contract is 3 years and you have completed the first 2 years. So you don't just expect it's your first year in the company and already you want to take a 10 days to go prepare for an exam. No, the company wants you to have spent time already with them. Like, they want it to be like you are what it's like, it's what's giving you this 10 days to go prepare for your exam, because you spent at least 24 months with them. So it's not bad, it's not okay. Number 6 points we are going to discuss is that a new model of work will be announced, and this is also nice. It hasn't really been fixed, but it's part of the laws that is coming in. So what is this new model of work? This new model of work is saying that basically there might not be only just a full-time job for like this 2 years and 3 years contract that we're doing. Now they want to introduce to it part-time jobs, so it will be like more flexible, you know, for business and also for you and as an employee. So you can decide to sign in as a part-time, or you can decide to sign in as a full-time. It has not really been fixed. Like, they are only saying that they are going to start this, so we have to wait till February to see how this is going to play out. You know, if a majority of people will prefer going for the full-time, or a majority of the people will agree to sign for the part-time. Number 7 point is a point I also love, because it gives you lesser time to work in the company. It gives you a shorter time to work in a week in a company. Like we all know, the normal time to work in a company is 8 hours, and in a week you have 48 hours in a week. This new labor law, which is the 7th point, helps you to even go ahead to work for just 40 hours in a week instead of the 48 hours in a week. So you can like cut off on one hour each day, so that at the end of the week you can have 40 hours, or you can decide to cut one hour for the first 5 days, and on the 6th day you can take out like 3 hours. It depends on you, it depends on your employee. Please note, this is as long as your boss agrees to it, as long as your boss says it's okay, as long as it doesn't cause a deep damage to your salary, or if your boss says it's not going to affect your salary, but this is just as it is, you are entitled to go for 40 hours a week rather than the 48 hours a week. Please note, this all depends on your rapport, your relationship between you and your company, you and your boss, what you agreed in your contract and what you signed in your contract. But just know it is feasible, it is allowable, it is allowed. And then this number 8 point is very, very important. You know, this number 8 point is very, very important to employees, and it states that employees should be given a minimum of 14 days during the probation period in case their contract is to be terminated. Before now, when you are on probation and your boss wants to fire you, your services are no longer needed, just at the tip of the hand like this, you'll be sent home. Like the very, very minute your boss says, I don't want you anymore, and that's it, you go home. But this new labor law protects the employee such that during your probation period, which is about 6 months mostly, if your boss doesn't want you anymore because you are not meeting up with the target, or because he doesn't like you, or because you're not smart enough, or because something happened to the company, or just because you are not needed, basically, then a 14 days notice should be given to you, which in turn you will use the 14 days to also prepare yourself emotionally, you know, and prepare yourself for something better for yourself in the future. So this is really nice. And then the last point which we are going to discuss about is the non-competition clause, or the non-competitive clause. We all know that in labor, before now, when you finish working for a company, your boss will not allow you to work for another company that is in the same line of business with him. In other words, another company that is in competition with him. But now this new law, I think this new law is in favor of the employer more than the favor of the employee. Yeah, I think it's in the favor of the employer, because like the 3 points mentioned, I will mention the 3 points under this non-competitive clause. You see that it favors and it protects the employer. So it's saying that you and your employee might sign the contract that after working for me for 2 years and you are leaving my company, you have to sign this and note the 3 points. Number 1, you have a period of 2 years, you have a period of 2 years to work for another company that is not in any way related to the business I'm doing, that should not be in any way be in competition with my kind of business, Secondly, the geographical area in which you are not supposed to work, your employer will state it, maybe for example, I will give a better illustration now. Maybe you're working in Dubai Mall and then you finish your contract in Dubai Mall. Your boss will go ahead and state it in the contract that you signed that when you finish your contract, for the first 2 years, you can work in any other place, but you are not allowed to work in Dubai Mall until after 2 years. You know why? Because he is protecting his interest. He is protecting his business, because he believes you've worked for him for a while, like for 2 years, and you know all his business secrets. So if you go ahead to work in Dubai Mall, whatever strategies his business is being used, that is being used in his business to make his business successful, you go ahead and use it in that other company as well, and then the company might start doing better than you, and all that. I know it might sound childish and it might sound selfish, but this is the new law, and this is what it states for employees and employers that have agreed to sign this contract. That's for the non-competitive clause, non-competition clause. The first one is that for the first 2 years, you mustn't work in any related field to what your employer is doing. And the second one is that you will not be allowed to work in a particular geographical area. Thirdly, that you will not be allowed to work in a specific place. Let's assume you worked in Dubai Mall, and while you were in Dubai Mall, you were working for Pool and Beers, right? There's a clothing line called Pools and Beer, okay. And then after working for Pools and Beer, and then you went to Mall of Emirates, and then you want to work it with another clothes brand is Sheikkalifa. You know, both of them are designer clothes wear here in the United Arab Emirates. You know, they are very, very popular. Most of us know it. You know, so you are not allowed to work with this competitive brand. So this is all about the non-competitive clause. It's quite the whole thing is quite actually this non-competitive clause. I really do not get it. I don't know how they really plan to go about it. But then next year is already here, as we are already in November, and then December, January, and February. Let's see how it will play out. Okay, thank you for watching my video. Like you always know, I always bring to you interesting videos that are very, very educative, very, very informative, very, very detailed, and that would be very important to you. Don't say you are not working with labor, thereby this information is not useful. If you're not working for labor, you have friends, you have close friends, you have pals. You might even go ahead to have families that are working for labor, you know, and it's good to have an idea of the laws in the country you're residing, even if you're not using the labor law. Like, try to know little about everything. It's one of the reasons why you watch my YouTube channel. Try to know a little about everything, so when you come out in the public, you don't look like when they say something about something, you don't look like, oh my god, lost but found, where am I? So yeah, so thanks for watching my video. Remember to share these videos with your friend. Watch and listen to this video carefully. If you have any part of the video that you don't understand, please feel free to drop every of your questions in the comment section, and I promise to answer every of your question, especially you, the employee that is under the label. Please, 2022, shine your eyes and don't allow your boss to deceive you. Don't let your boss to intimidate you. Don't let your boss force you to do things that you not want to do, because this time around you are protected in this new labor law. So take advantage of this new labor law and know your rights as an employee. And I know this video will really help you. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my videos. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming back all the time to watch my video. And for my new subscribers, I mean you watching this video for the first time, thank you for coming onto my channel and watching my video. Please, can you do me a favor? Yes, please. Click on the red subscribe button, which indicates subscribe, and after subscribe, it will show subscribed. Now go ahead to the notification button and select all. All means when next time I make a new video, you will be the first to get to know, because in my videos I present to you gist, happenings, latest information on immigration, lifestyle happening here in the United Arab Emirates, my lifestyle, and of course in everything that I do, my faith, because I have a very strong faith in God, and because of the faith that I have in God, I share my faith with people, and I try to encourage people. I try to give them faith, even when I try to give them hope, even when they believe all hope is lost, like all hope is gone. This is because of the faith that I have. So I hope this video is very helpful to you, and I hope that you will keep on watching my videos. Remember to click on the like button when you are done with watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Also, to my returning subscribers, thank you so much. Like also, and keep your comments in the comment section. I'll see you in my next video. Take good care. Bye.